morning. It is the Going On Daily Live morning show, and I've got JJ here. Oh, we're going to have a great time today.
I was so glad. I was like, oh, it's Star Wars week, and I'm on with
Ron. Yeah, Becky's out in Vegas right now.
She's having a good time.
Well, she might be home at this point. She ain't going to make it today.
No. She was like, Vegas. I might chime in. It's like, girl, no. You enjoy your Vegas time.
She's not chiming in.
It's good.
I told her that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but we will find out.
Yes. She'll spill. She'll spill the beans.
Oh, yeah, she can't. She won't be able to help herself. She can't help herself.
Can't help herself.
I guess she went with her husband and I guess a bunch of friends as well. So
was it a birthday? Was it a birthday that they were?
Yeah, I think it was somebody's birthday.
Somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
I have no friend that took me to Star Wars Remembering Day.
This is what I'm saying. I don't have friends calling me up, hey, let's go to Vegas. Oh, actually, that's not actually true. That's not actually. Kenny actually said, hey, Ron, you got to go to Vegas with me. And I'm like, I can't afford it. I don't have the time for that. You know? It's like, oh, no, I got you covered. And I'm like,
I got you covered. That's shady.
Kenny, it's our Kenny.
You're like, it's our Kenny.
We'll get into trouble if we're together out in Vegas.
Yes.
We'll end up in prison. Somebody will have to bail us out. We'll have to call Kyle or Chuck because they're going to be the closest.
Kyle will have to come and drive his truck over to get you.
So hey, Vegas, if you have me rolling into town, let me tell you, there's going to be a lot happening in Vegas. And at my age, I don't care.
Are you a card person? Are you like a gambler, card player, slot, or are you a slots person?
I don't gamble much, but I'm a pretty damn good card player.
So is blackjack or is it poker? Like where do you?
It's poker. It's absolutely poker.
Oof.
Look, I remember I was on a job Vision Quest when I used to live in a teepee. And no, it's a true story. It is true. I used to live in a teepee for a year. It was working with kids taken out of the city and put into wilderness program. So, but anyway, every Thursday, it had to be Thursday because that's when the shift. The day where all the people that work there are on the same day. So every Thursday night after all the wonderful, smiling, happy children were sleeping, we would have several of us climb into the hay truck with all the bales of hay for the animals.
Yeah.
We had this the center carved out like it was a little casino. And we would play poker in there.
Nice.
It only happened twice that I know of anyway, because I won both times. And let me tell you, I was taking people's paychecks.
Oh, I bet. That's I can't do that. I like to read the room, but it's more of if it's for fun, I rock it. But if it's under pressure of I can't.
It started off for fun. I was the one that says, quarter limit. No. And then somebody would throw down bills and it got a little carried away, but Ron raked in over $1,000 in 2 weeks.
Oh, holy crap.
I was taking their money, and then we never played again, at least that I know of.
That is crazy. Ron, I'm cracking up. You need to send me the image that is on the cover of Like
You
here,
like that, huh? That's
right there.
us saving the universe.
I need that image. I need to put that on my socials.
Oh, I'll send it to you. That's fine. I've got just
Anyway,
about
that's
everybody
Rod and
right
I.
now.
That's Rod and I. We're saving the universe. We're good
Yeah,
guys.
I got
We're
everybody
Jedi.
in. So everybody that was on a show this week has their pictures. I got to do Lena and Kenny for Saturday.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. So it's pretty neat. I like the way they've come out.
Yeah.
Some of my best work.
I love
It's
it.
pretty awesome.
Which is your out of the full, like, you and I grew up in the same era. It was like it was the first trilogy, which was really then the second, right? We were but out of the full of all the movies, which one is your favorite?
It has to be either Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. It has to be one of those.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Well,
I can't decide between those two.
Told, I only like the original trilogy. I don't like anything else. Everything else has sucked.
Yeah, some of them were painful. I did like what is it, The New Hope?
Oh yeah, that was
that's the original. That's the first one. What's the one that's number 7 in the chronological order?
Yeah, that one had Han Solo in it. Doesn't he die?
Yeah, he does.
That was The Force Awakens, which is the name of today's show, season 3, episode 104.
That's where it's like out of the newer one. That's the one that I like. But
the other two absolutely suck.
I like the first 3. I mean, obviously, and just think about the first. It set such a precedent of classic Joseph Campbell's hero journey. I mean, how every story, it brought everything to life. All the archetypes in storytelling, you have them all in there. Can't beat it. Even if it was shitty, special effects. We didn't know that.
A great story, and we're going to get into that because I'm going to do chronological today.
Oh, good. Because I get them lost in the.
Yeah. And it's important that I tell everybody what you need to watch because there's a new one coming.
So why is this Star Wars week? Like, what triggered this to be Star Wars week?
May the 4th.
May the 4th. I wasn't sure if it was because a lot of the movies always came out in May. May 10th is like a big iconic day in the. But yes, okay. So the May the 4th be with you. Yeah.
So Hugo wants to know if all of these Star Wars things are going to be emotes. I mean, we could do that. I mean, we're going to have a couple of new ones coming shortly.
Ooh.
For our Twitchers.
Ooh.
Can we do that for like YouTube and Rumble? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not even on Twitch. I need to see if I should move my podcast over on Twitch. Or at least.
It's mostly for gamers.
Then that's not.
I mean, if you could build up an audience, it's pretty good because we get ad revenue every day, mostly from Hugo.
Go Hugo.
So like literally almost every day since like April 4th, we've gotten at least 2 or 3 cents in ad revenue.
Nice. From Twitch.
It's something.
From Twitch.
But those who are watching on Twitch, you can just, throw some bits that would even enhance it or even subscribe.
It is
thank you, Hugo.
Is Rumble the same?
It's just like audience? It's just like YouTube.
I think we had that covered. I'm gonna have to tuck my camera down. That was being weird. Okay.
See, Hugo had another ad that he watched, and then he switched over to YouTube. I don't like that, Hugo.
Don't do it, Hugo. Don't do it.
Keep getting them. So
Well,
you
I'm
can't put them on
excited.
YouTube. What else can we put them on, Hugo? Like what? Like I wanna maximize all of these emotes. I mean, what else can we put them on? Would be nice.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Kick? I guess we can do it on Kick. Yeah, nobody watches us on Kick. we all get those spammers that come on. It's like, oh, I can give you views. No, no, you can't.
Or Space Hey.
Space Hay is kind of bland.
Because isn't it the
I
same?
literally
Wasn't
only
the
have
same founder
7
of?
friends on Space Hay.
I'm not on Space Hey. Because isn't it the same? Wasn't the original founder of MySpace that said, I'm gonna restart MySpace.
I don't know if it was that, but it looks the same as the original.
Yeah.
Because when you go to MySpace, it exists, but it's like dead.
Yeah.
But Space Hay though is thriving.
Space Hey.
Steam Bro gets you all the viewers. No, it's not Steam Bro, it's Steam Boo. Steam Boo. Boo.
Steam Boo.
All right, let's get into our first
Oh, yeah.
topic now that we've already gone 12 minutes without, really talking about anything.
Because it's Star Wars week.
The
So,
Star Wars Filibuster.
have you heard this? Have you
No.
heard this story? Okay. So, Patton Oswalt, he's a comedian.
Patton Oswalt.
actor.
Yeah.
Okay, you know Patton Oswalt, who's a huge comic book
Yes.
great
Funny man too.
huge Star Wars fan.
Yes.
He's one of those, like, if you asked him, well, who's your favorite comic book character? Like, he has to ponder. He's like me. I have to really think about it, because you just know the characters inside and out or whatever. He's one of those. He played a character on Parks and Rec. He was a guest.
Yeah.
It was the episode in 2013, season 5, episode 19, called Article 2. And it was his character. He was if anybody knows Parks and Rec, the Pawnee Parks and Rec. He was a citizen Garth, that his character invoked a citizen filibuster to prevent a city council vote. And a filibuster is you have to just talk to kind of hold the council up, just like if you do a filibuster, at the Congress or whatever. It's
sort of
just
like
somebody
that senator did, and he talked for like 27 hours or
27
whatever.
hours and started just reading stuff. So they were so that was what Patton Oswalt character was doing. Hey, it's a you have in the show, it was just like a 2-minute filibuster, but they said, the director was like, you're going to come on. They kind of gave him a loose script for the 2 minutes. And then they said, but you know what? We just talk about anything, and we're going to just go, we're not going to do cuts. And he ended up talking like for an hour. And they ended up showing almost like 8 minutes on the show. It was only supposed to be original, like a 2-minute quick clip. But he rambled on for an hour. They kept the cameras rolling, and it was all around his predictions on Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
In
And you can't give a comic that kind of leeway, because they'll take advantage of it.
So it was literally it led to what they call an unscripted pop culture. He did like a massive data dump on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Nobody called cut, just let him ramble. And, of course, he's like, talk about this, kind of like what I did at the beginning, how powerful the Star Wars trilogy was, that it was, it's the really set free, and Joseph Campbell's the hero's journey. But he starts going into like where he thinks the characters and the movies should go. So eerily, he a lot of the things that he rambled on, unscripted, have come true. So he predicted.
It's not a surprise.
I know, but he predicted the return of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating. Like he famously, and this was what confirmed to him later. He was so proud of it. So he described the pan down, in the Return of Boba Fett when the camera pans down, the twin suns of Tatooine showing Boba Fett's gauntlet grabbing the sand to escape the pit. Remember that? Jon Favreau later on called in the last few years called Patton Oswalt that said that opening shot was intentionally cut to match Oswalt's rambling description
That's
from
the
that
thing,
episode.
Right? You're talking about. You don't think that these producers are paying attention to some of these things that happen,
Right.
in TV, because they're so in tune with super fans.
Yes.
They're listening.
So Oswalt was like, and Pat was like, "Are you kidding me?" He was like, "My ramble." He just thought it was an accident, that I predicted it. And Jon Favreau was like, "No. The producers intentionally created that scene." And they said in the behind the in the editing room when they were doing it, they had Patton Oswalt's rambling speech from Parks and Rec up, and they were timing it perfectly to how he described it.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? The other thing go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's so interesting because it just Hollywood pays attention out there. They pay attention.
They pay attention. Well, also, it's Hollywood's also like a big high school, right? You got your AV nerds over in the corner. You got your theater group in the corner. You got the cool jocks and the front men. You got, so it is like a big and who all the cliques.
It's like Walking Dead. All these long stories throughout. Like 2-3 decade long, stories, they pay attention to what the fans are really saying out there.
Yes.
And when they know, when a super fan is,
is rambling
in the limelight, they're going to pay attention.
It's just so fun. Like, again, just a data dump that he did. The other thing that he rambled on and started describing, what he said in his little speech was, as Star Wars, the galaxies of heroes will start emerging. We'll start seeing, this thing, what's called the time gem. And there's going to be gems out there that people are going to be collecting. And the Star Wars characters are going to merge with other galaxies and other heroes. And it's so fascinating when so it's like the Infinity Stone is what he was describing in his speech. And he's like, we're going to come across the merging of it, and it's going to come to for an earthling, like a this day hero. And as he's rambling that they pan to Chris Pratt, who was in Parks and Rec before he was ever cast in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But Patton is describing the Star-Lord, Chris Pratt's character on Guardians of the Galaxy, and start talking about these time gems that everyone's going to want to collect. So it's like, was that already in the works? Was it truly just, did they take his idea and expand on it? No one's come out to say any of that.
They took his idea.
Yeah. But that was, again, it was a year before he was ever cast in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't even know if there was even a script for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But he also improvised like things like the crossover heroes. In his rambling speech, he talks about the X-Men and the Fantastic Four joining the Star Wars universe. he talked about bizarre matchups like Sabretooth and Wolverine fighting a robot Chewbacca. Like, it's one of the best. Like, if you go on YouTube, because they've since released like his full uncut of the filibuster, and that's all you do is you just have to Google Star Wars filibuster. It comes up. And then he also had a rambled on about the romantic triangle involving Leia, Han Solo, and Lando Calrissian. So yeah, it is, but it comes from somebody that, again, it's completely unscripted, no prompts. They just said, Patton, you can talk about anything you want, and he did a long.
And they cherry picked his ideas.
They cherry picked his ideas. Yeah. It's fascinating.
Hi, Danny. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning, Danny. Good to see you. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And somebody that is very popular, especially among comic fans. Anybody that is into like comic cons and stuff like that knows who Patton Oswalt is.
Oh yeah.
And that's where all the true fans are of all of these kind of movies and TV shows and stuff. And they paid attention to him. And I mean, it could go as far as, George Lucas could have had that whole setup, just so we can find out what the fans want. I mean,
maybe, yeah.
It's no different from anybody else, surveys and stuff like that. Whatever it is, you got to find out, and that is a hands-on kind of survey right there.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing that he predicted was he predicted that Disney would reclaim the rights to X-Men, Daredevil, and the Fantastic Four, that it should have never been stripped from Disney. And he said that, he goes on to go, they'll merge into a single on-screen universe where they'll all. So that was part of his rambling. I already said about the time gem. Yeah. He also predicted that Tony Stark, Iron Man, would be a recruiter for actively recruiting other heroes across the multiverse. So he didn't say Spider-Man, but that's eventually what came true. Tony Stark is the one that recruited Spider-Man to the Avengers.
Yeah, he basically got everybody together.
Yeah.
Right?
He also predicted the fate of Han and Leia, where he said there's going to be a narrative where Han Solo and Princess Leia were no longer together, which was the key plot point seen in Star Wars The Force Awakens. So it's like, did he predict it, or did they make it come true because they were watching? He also, Oswalt's rant included references to underutilized characters, because you have to remember, he's deep in the fandom, right? So he knows characters that were never really on screen, never really made it to. These were all like in more of the source material.
Yeah, now you see all these shows.
But he was saying that Moon Knight would have its own movie, and X-23 getting live action treatment. Both which came through, with Moon Knight and the film Logan. Yes. Because X-23 was the the
Moon
child
Knight
of
also had a
Wolverine.
TV series. If I'm not mistaken, it got canceled because I think the actor died, like really died. I think it was Moon Knight. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Moon Knight was the lead of that was he was fantastic. But I'm gonna look you need to Google that. The other one that he made in his rant, because after his pitch, right, he goes and then interacts with Amy Poehler's character, Leslie Knope, and then he dryly kind of remarks that, well, and Leslie, all female parts are always underwritten. They're always, which was kind of
it was.
and so a play on
I just looked it up, and apparently, Gaspard Ulliel, Moon Knight actor, died at 37 in a ski accident. So I was right, and it
so
kind
they
of
didn't
tanked the
continue
show.
that series. Interesting. Yeah. So it's just that, like, he predicted not just like stuff in Star Wars, but the Marvel universe, Disney.
Yes.
So I just love it. Ron, it's well worth every minute to watch his rants.
Yeah. Look, if you're out there, just drop in the comments what your favorite Star Wars
Yeah.
movie or TV show or whatever it may be. What is it? I know I started watching Mandalorian. That
I
was
have
pretty good.
not. Have you? Okay, I haven't gotten into that. My kids are into it. I have not.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I have to say,
With
but
little
of
baby
course,
Yoda.
yeah, and it had Carl Weathers in it, but he's dead now, so that
Rip.
kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But I watched the first season. The first season was excellent. I haven't watched the second season yet.
Because and you've got, it's Pedro Pascal, right? He's the man behind the.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the man behind the mask, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was also in the horror
right?
film. I mean, the horror TV show.
Yeah.
The Last of Us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
And then also in Mandalorian, isn't it Timothy Oliphant? Isn't he in the Mandalorian?
I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched the first episode.
Darth Vader, who is your father? Is that your favorite? What the reveal of?
It sounds like it is.
Because that was in. Like
it is. It's a good choice, Danny. That's a great movie. That
was one of our favorites. Ron and I chose. It was either Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I lean towards Empire Strikes Back.
Because that's what the reveal.
Yeah.
That's the big reveal.
Have you heard?
Why can't I think of his name now? Who's the actor that played Luke Skywalker? For whatever reason,
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. His story of he was the only other person that had to keep it a secret for a year.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Because he was only because he had to, he got the full script. They only gave Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, like, they didn't give them those parts of the script, but they had to give Mark Hamill, and they said, and he was like, oh my, and he's like, and then they said, only
it's a big turn.
Only I know, he knows, and now you know. So if it leaks, we know where it's coming from. And he said, I had to hold that for over a year. Like, I couldn't say anything. And after that scene, he was like, he's like, I knew, he's like, I struggled because I wanted to tell Harrison Ford. He goes, and I knew Harrison would keep it a secret, but he was like, I couldn't do it. Because he was like, we're still, I did not want it to get out. And he was like, and of course you can't tell Carrie, because he was like, she has no vaults.
The truth comes out.
He was like, you give it to Carrie, the whole world knows. And he's like, so I couldn't do that. So I just sat with it and he said that, and Mark Hamill does a great impersonation of Harrison Ford, but he said that, after that scene, Harrison came over and he was like, you couldn't fucking tell me, kid. Excuse my language. Come on, you couldn't tell me. And he was like, I just
dropping F-bombs.
Sorry.
PG-13 today.
Are we PG-13?
We've had too many of those.
I think we can still be PG-13 technically, unless you're over, was it the limit of 5? because you know the story of Goodwill Hunting, right? They were like, "Hey, it's rated R," and we're like, "No, we want it to be at least PG-13, PG-4, whatever, PG-13." And they're like, "Yeah, there's not really. Do we need to cut out a sexy or rewrite this?" And they're like, "No, you have too many F-bombs." And they're like, "Well, what's the limit?" Ends up being, it's like, I'm making up, but it's like a handful, right? You can have so many, like 5, 7, 10, or whatever. And he was like, "Okay, well, we'll cut some out." This is Matt Damon talking, and they're like, "How many do we have?" And they're like, "You have 288 F in it." And they were like, "Oh, well," because he was like, they're from Boston. That's just how they talk. So they were writing the script, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't think we'll make it. We're just gonna have to be rated R."
No, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We can't do that, Danny. Danny, no, don't egg her on. Don't egg her on. Look, we gotta get moving. We got still 3 topics to go, and I've got people to talk to after the show today, so we gotta get rolling. So I'm gonna do this super fast. Watch us live, Kick, YouTube, Rumble, Rhode Island Broadcasting, Twitch, RI_broadcasting, X @broadcasting RI. You can listen to us on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music at RI Broadcasting. And of course, follow us on all our social medias at MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Gab, Parlor, Space. Hey! At RI Broadcasting. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Going On Daily Morning Show. We have to make up for all those losses that Mark gave us by taking away our Rhode Island Broadcasting page. So do that. And you can support the show at RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. There, you can vote for the Hall of Fame, which Queen just recently won last month and is in our Hall of Fame. 56% of the vote went to Queen, and that is star-studded right there. They all deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but Queen is in. He joins Whitney and the Beatles. And so now we go to the next one, and it is 80s movies, Weird Science, Back to the Future, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Platoon, and The Shining. Just get on this QR code and vote. Let me tell you, it is Back to the Future at 63% right now.
Weird Science is one of those that's just underrated, right? Not a people have seen it, but it's awesome. But
no, I think it sucked. But Kenny wanted it in there. I think it sucked. I don't think it was funny. I don't think it was interesting. I think it was terrible. But Kenny wanted it in there, and I think he's the only one that voted for him.
Well, I might give it a vote.
Maybe not the only one.
But over Back to the Future Raiders, yeah. Raiders versus Back to the Future. That's going to be hard.
Platoon was great too.
Platoon was great too. Shining was great. I mean,
yes. So vote right now, Danny. Get your phone out and do the little QR code and get in there and put your vote in. I'm sure you've seen at least one of these movies, right?
I've seen them all.
I've seen them all too.
Are we going to joke with Becky? Has Becky seen any of these?
I'm sure she had to have seen Back to the Future because, I mean, Mikey's from Canada. And isn't that like their number one celebrity in Canada? Michael J. Fox?
Maybe.
Should be.
Or is it now Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds? But it should be Michael. Should be.
I'll still take Michael over all of them.
I will too.
I mean, they still also have hockey players too, like Wayne and Mario Lemieux. I mean, they're stars out. Like they eat, sleep, and drink hockey out there.
Yeah.
Or up there, not out there.
So you're saying out of these, you're Back to the Future. That's what.
No, I did not say that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm a bigger Harrison Ford fan than a Michael J. Fox fan.
Yeah, I'm like Raiders. That's just
Yeah, I
Okay.
I went with Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is right now second, but I mean, come on, people. Gotta vote. Gotta vote. So, yeah. I think more than one person has voted for Weird Science too, by the way. We'll just say that.
So
It could
Kenny
be
voted.
Kenny twice.
That's what I'm thinking. I think
It could be Kenny
Kenny voted
twice.
for it twice.
I love Back to the Future, but I am a big Indiana Jones fan. I
That whole
even like the
franchise is
last one that he
fantastic.
was in when he's like 80 years old.
So there was big controversy around that last one. That
Yes,
I loved it. I felt like it
I did
aged.
too.
I felt like it respected the entire storyline, the character, brought
Yes,
everything home. I was not disappointed at all.
I wasn't either. I liked it. I
I
thought it was
liked it,
excellent.
but I know a lot of people were saying that like, oh, it was a letdown. It did.
I don't know how.
They were disappointed in it, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So out of that franchise, which is your favorite Raiders?
It's a tough one because
And I'm torn between two.
I am too,
Or
and it
the
isn't
same
Raiders of
one.
the Lost Ark is not one of the two.
Oh, then no. Yeah.
I liked I like Temple of Doom because Short Round is awesome, but I like Last Crusade with Sean
Oh,
Connery as his
Last
father.
Crusade, I felt like that almost edges out for me it as the best one out of the full.
Yeah,
I
I
just
thought
loved it.
the
I
whole
just
story and everything.
because it was the origin story. You saw the like it. It was just so well done, and I love Sean Connery in it. Yeah, I loved it. Oh yeah, we need to do Raiders next week. Maybe.
Next week is Mother's Week.
Oh, yay!
It's
So I get to
Mother's Day
talk about my
Sunday,
kids
so,
for an hour? No.
no, you talk about your mom.
Well, okay. My mom. I can do that.
Oh, I got stories. Let me tell you, stories. Some of them might not paint her as well as others, but but I got stories. All right, we gotta move on. Let's get into the next thing. Oh, I haven't even done this yet.
Oh, yes. Where are we?
So look,
Where-
I can't spend a lot of time on this because it's already 38 minutes. We've done one topic.
We've done
But
we've
get
done
on
3.
get on there. We are trying to raise money to build a roof on the school. It is so important. If there's one thing that you can do for us, it is this. So, it is vital that you get on RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net/Uganda donations and donate, even if it's just $1. I don't even care if it's 50 cents, whatever it takes, and just donate so that way we can help build the roof for the school and send children to school. It only costs $500 a year to send one child to school. 500 bucks. So, so we're trying to raise a bunch of money, and please donate. Yes, Danny, your birthday is this Sunday, in fact. This Sunday. Born on Mother's Day.
Nice.
Born on Mother's Day. So,
Hopefully it'll be a good weekend.
again, happy birthday, Danny.
Happy birthday, Danny.
Look, Kenny might even sing for you if you're here on Sunday on your birthday, Danny. I know he'd do it. I'd know he'd do it. Maybe he'll sing it like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. All right, let's get into this chronological order
Yes.
because look, this is really important for people out there, okay?
But this
Because
is
there is a
new.
new movie coming in on May 22nd.
Oh, they should have.
May 22nd.
And Ron,
It is
I have to ask. Hold on. May 22nd. Don't you feel like they did a big miss? Why didn't they do it on May the 4th?
because they have a date. I think it is the 22nd. That is I think Jedi Day or something like that.
Oh, it would have been better. May the 4th be with you.
Yes, I agree. Debut it on May the 4th. But
All right. Sorry.
I'm not the geniuses at the movie studios.
They know better. Also, I'm sure it has to do with it's the week before Memorial Weekend and they want to get.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. They think everybody's going to go see this movie. I don't think everybody's going to go see it.
is it in chronological order? Like, is it the next, or is it inserted in?
No, it's right. It's 2/3 of the way in. It's
All right,
2/3 of the way in. It's like it's in between all the other stories, you know? It makes no sense to me why they do this. You know, at some point, you just got to say, hey, you know what? Let's start all over and do it all in order. This, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It makes no sense to me. You know, I don't know. But, you know, this is not going to be the only film that comes out at that time. You know? I mean, they have other ones that are coming against it. So I don't know how they're going to do it. You know, I'm trying to find the list right now of, and I keep getting crappy sites to do this with. IMD. Let's check IM, whatever that is. All right, May 22nd.
It is Jedi Day, according.
Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu. Grogu.
I haven't watched Mandalorian yet, so I don't know that character.
I mean, it doesn't have anything really going up against it.
Yeah, this year has been a week in movies, by the way.
Oh, it's been horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Like the next movie after that is like June 5th, Masters of the Universe, which I don't have any desire to see that either. And then June 12th, Disclosure Day. That looks really good.
Who's in that?
Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Eve Hewson, and Coleman Domingo. But that looks really good. I think that's a Steven Spielberg movie. And then the 19th is Toy Story 5. So those two movies are the two that I'm going to go see. I am not going to see the new Star Wars movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, whatever his name is. But that is a new movie. So if you want to see all the movies and TV shows in chronological order, this is what you got to do. And I'm going to try to go through it pretty quickly. But there are 28 that you have to see.
28?
Yeah, there are 28 on this list. You got to see 23 of them before you go see this movie. So you better get cracking if you want if you want to do it in chronological order.
Ain't gonna happen. So,
you got to see The Acolyte first. The Acolyte.
I've never even heard of that. That came out last year?
2 years.
And it's a part of the Star Wars trilogy? Or the
part of the Star Wars
franchise story. The Acolyte, okay.
The Acolyte. Then you got to see Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. That is second out of all of it.
So, okay. All right.
The Acolyte predates The Phantom Menace, which was 1999.
Okay.
Then Attack of the Clones from 2002. Then The Clone Wars from 2008. And then Star Wars Tales of the Jedi from 2022. And Danny, we're going to have to start getting a chronological order of your history. Because we go from your birthday, then up to graduation. You know, we need chronological order. So what was that? Tales of the Jedi, right? Then it's Revenge of the Sith, the third installment of the movies.
Yeah. Okay.
Then from there it goes to Star Wars Tales of the Empire in 2024. Then Tales of the Underworld in 2025. And then Star Wars The Bad Batch 2021.
These were not all in theater. Just pause.
No. Some of these are TV shows.
Okay. It's like, I haven't heard of any of these.
Yeah, The Bad Batch is a TV show.
Okay.
And some of them are animated too, but it tells the story. It all goes in there. Then Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord, which is that just came out. I believe like it might be out this week. I think it was out this week. But it's a new TV series.
Okay.
Maul Shadow Lord 2026. Then Solo, a Star Wars story in 2018.
I remember that.
That's where Han Solo makes an appearance.
Yep.
Even though that's the movie that doesn't have Harrison Ford in it, and I am not accepting of that.
It's the origin story of Han Solo. Yeah.
Yes. Then Obi-Wan Kenobi from 2022, which was, I believe, a TV series.
Ah.
And then Andor the same year, 2022, also TV series. Then from there, it goes to Star Wars Rebels 2014. So you see what I'm saying? It's like they're all over the place.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. You don't know what the hell's happening. This is why they lose people.
Yeah. It's too much.
Then Rogue One. Remember that? Rogue One, a Star Wars story? 2016. I didn't watch it. I have no idea what it's about, except for Rogue One. Whatever that is. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. So we go from there to Star Wars: A New Hope, 1977. Now, by then, there's already 16 other installments. Why didn't they just start with the Acolyte? Start it with that.
Now, do you think that did they even know about it, or are these like stories that are, well, what happened? Well, we needed to create his backstory. Or was this source material that existed?
No, there was all this material for the most part out there.
So it already existed. They just happened to choose it. We're going to start it here.
They're books. They're like series of books. And so they started with Star Wars: A New Hope in 1977. And it was such a big hit, then they just kept making stuff. And then they went backwards, and then they went forwards, and they went backwards. It's like if it was a boat, you'd get sick from going back and forth and like on Independence Day when they're on the plane, the Air Force One leaving, Washington D.C. Judd Hirsch goes back and forth and side to side. Yeah, do you remember that scene?
I do. It was
That's
fun.
what Star Wars is like. It's all over the place. They don't tell a story and then keep going forward. No, they tell a story. Let's go backwards, and let's go back over there, and
Oh, we didn't tell you this one little story. Let's insert here.
yes, exactly. That's what it's like. So from A New Hope, then it went to Empire Strikes Back in 1980, and then it went Return of the Jedi 1983, which were the three good ones. After that, I checked out.
The
OG. Then from there it went The Mandalorian. So we have The Mandalorian. Oh, so we must be getting close. Then from there, The Book of Boba Fett in 2021. Then Ahsoka 2023, which is a TV series. Then Skeleton Crew, also a TV series. And then you finally, after watching all of that, you can go see the movie. The Mandalorian at Grogu in theaters May 22nd. That's when you can go see it, after you watch all of that. And all the TV series, all of the episodes, and multi-seasons. Then it goes to Resistance at 2018. Then The Force Awakens, 2015. Then The Last Jedi. This is where it completely fell apart. 2017. And then The Rise of Skywalker, 2019. That was the last one. That's the last thing you're supposed to see. You gotta see everything else before you see that last train.
The last very one. Then it'll make sense.
Sure. Still makes no sense. Okay. With that being said, we got to do the last two things in like 7 minutes.
All right.
So give us that Blake Lively update. The last one.
It's the last Lively update, at least as far as we know. But it is the last Lively. The lawsuit has been settled as of this week.
Settled?
Settled.
He settled?
They came out with a joint statement. The behind the scenes rumor is because they settled 2 hours before she made her appearance at the Met Gala. By herself, by the way. Ryan Reynolds has always, they've always gone together over the last decade.
Yep.
They also were co-chairs of it a few years ago. She didn't do it last year because the lawsuit, she was like, it's too much, the lawsuit. I'm still in trauma. So because they were due to go on trial next week. Trial was starting next week.
Yeah.
And all the press was, so the 2 weeks before that, or 2 weeks ago, there was originally 13 claims. Her lawsuit was against Justin Baldoni as a person, and then Wayfarer Studios and Sony. That was what her lawsuit was against.
Right.
The judge, so 2 weeks ago, there were judge threw out 10 of the 13. All around, there's no evidence of sexual harassment. You couldn't prove anything. Yeah. We're throwing that out. So the three that remained, that what the trial was going to be on for, had nothing. So then it became adjusted. It used to be like Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni Wayfair, Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, which is Justin's partner in Wayfair, Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, Wayfair Studios, and I think like Sony were who was against. The judge threw out all the claims against Justin directly, all the claims against Jamie directly, and all the claims against Sony directly. There are only 3 that were left were under Wayfair Studio as an entity, and it was all around like the case of you have to prove, Blake, you're like the court case is going to be centered around her. 2 of them were around you. I've lost money. I should have made, I've lost business opportunity. My hair care product and my Betty Boo's was impacted because of that. And so she had to claim, so she was going to have to prove why she thinks they had anything to do with those losses. And then one of them was the claims that Wayfair was a bully to her, that she was smeared.
So what was the outcome in all of this?
It's all under NDA. So they ended up coming out on Monday afternoon this week. They came out with a joint statement that said, we've settled, we've come to, we're not going to disclose any financials.
Come on. That's what I want.
Now, her camp is saying no money was exchanged. Justin Baldoni's lawyer was like, we're very satisfied with how this turned out.
So she lost.
I can't disclose the financials. Oh, yeah. And, but it was essentially a mutual agreement to basically, like, that's her camp is saying it was mutually exclusive just to walk away. No money, like we don't need to worry about, let's just end the case. Justin Baldoni's lawyer is like, yes, we agreed to settle this. We're very pleased. We can't disclose financials, but that's all we're gonna say.
So that is the stipulation. Then she lost money in this for slander, most likely, and Justin has to agree that he can't say that there's a denomination attached to this.
Right.
So it'll make it look like it's a wash.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some money exchange for covering like Justin's legal fees.
Yeah, apparently Danny doesn't think Justin's a nice guy.
Wow. I think that it may or might not be. I don't think there's evidence that's ever proved that.
Yeah.
But that's where the commentary of how people that are really close to the case are saying this was vindication for Baldoni, although they really they wanted to have a court date to basically let Blake just show everybody her true colors. A lot of people behind the scenes in Hollywood, like the PR people, are saying there was a big when the judge threw out 10 of the 13 suits to go, you got nothing. This is a nothing burger.
That's all it is.
That and the whispers of she's a piranha, like nobody wants to do business with her.
She's toxic.
She can't get any deals made. Nobody, like she used the movie to try to get her PGA, credentials. That's been denied. Like, and the few. So there was a lot of panic on her camp to settle it before it got to the court, because they know that if she was on stand, she doesn't do well. And that like, because then people pull up she's got a very
jealousy.
Well, not only that, but she
wants to be as big as like Reese and Jennifer and Scarlett, and she's just not.
She's not. And she has a mingle. So all the things that Justin was like, his camp was like, the press picked up on you. Like everything that you did on the red carpet, we didn't have to do a smear campaign. You did it yourself. And and she's got a 15-year reputation of being a mean girl. Justin doesn't have that. That's not the consistency. He's had a reputation of being probably too kind, and it sometimes it might be off-putting of, why are you being nice to me?
The saga is over.
But the saga is
now
over.
We can all move on with our lives.
Right.
And
it's ended.
It's over. It's over. All right. I'm gonna do a Ron's top 5 in like 3 minutes.
Do it.
And then I have to. And now that we have an audience in the backstage, this is gonna be great. So Becky, you're in for a treat. I see you back there. Look, it is top 5 songs with star in title, seeming it is Star Wars. It is truly a Star War to get into the top 5 here. I'm sure Becky is going to be absolutely thrilled with my top 5. Positive of it. So I won't go through a whole bunch of others that are just not as good. I will give my honorable mentions. Waiting for a Star to Fall by Boy what is it? Boy Meets Girl. Remember that one? Waiting for a Star to Fall. Honorable mention. Right? I believe Becky will know this group, Nickelback. Rockstar. You remember that song by Nickelback? Nobody? Anybody? Somebody?
Anybody?
Becky says, I see Prince, and that's a hard pass. She doesn't like Prince. That's why I said that she would love this. All right, there's Deep Purple, Highway Star. Honorable mention. Yes, I know. Nickelback is hated everywhere, but I do like that song, Rockstar.
That's so funny.
It's a good song. Lucky Star, honorable mention by Madonna. Honorable mention, Lucky Star.
It's the best. I love that song.
I'm sure you do. I mean, you're a huge Madonna fan, right?
I love it. Love her. Yeah.
Didn't make the list, though. It's just an honorable mention. And my number 6, The Bubble, Jimi Hendrix, Star Spangled Banner. Remember when he did the guitar national anthem?
No.
You don't remember that?
Who did this?
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh.
What's stunning that you don't know it?
I don't know it.
Stunning.
I didn't know he did it.
That's inexcusable.
Like, my favorite of the Star Spangled is Whitney Houston. Her take on, like, when she did this, that's my favorite of all time.
Oh, my favorite, well,
yeah.
Technically, it's Huey Lewis in the News because, I'm a Huey fan. But, when I say, I think he actually released the song.
Yeah.
So I think he recorded it and it went on, something. So, Star Spangled Banner by Jimi Hendrix. And so now it's not just any random song of Prince, Danny. It has to have the word star in it. And my number 5, everybody remembers this song. I believe it was the first song ever played on MTV, right? Video Killed the Radio
Star. Yep, the
Buggles.
Very first song on MTV.
Yes, that was number 5. Number 4 is the purple one. Prince. Only number 4, Becky. Baby, I'm a Star. I love that song. Love that song. Most people might not know it.
I love it. It's one of the most energetic songs. Always pumps you up.
Oh, yeah. It is. Number 3. You're going to like this one. Yeah, I know you. That's why I said you would love this one because it's not number 1. Number 3 is All Star by Smash Mouth.
Oh, that's a good one.
Somebody. It's like on every video now made on,
And
those.
also, it's from Shrek. Come on.
It is from Shrek, yes. Great song. It's a great song. I do like Smash Mouth.
It's good.
We're not going to hear anything new from them, though. Too soon?
Too soon.
Too soon. All right. That means number 2, Shining Star by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, that's one of the best songs.
It is.
That's another one that can just.
Yeah, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire. They are great. They are fantastic. But it was not enough to beat this group right here. Bad Company, Shooting Star. Love that song. Love that song. It was like that, that classic rock story.
Yeah. Like the Journeys.
Yeah. Bad Company for the win. I'll accept this list. Thank you, Becky. See, I knew you would like the list. I know you don't like Prince, but I knew you would appreciate the fact that it wasn't number 1. I know you would rather have somebody else in there at number 4, but, I could not. I have to put Prince there. That's going to wrap things up today. Tomorrow it is not tomorrow. Saturday is Lena and Kenny, and we will have them in full Star Wars uniform, of course.
Oh, yeah. The emojis.
Yep. And, where can they find you, JJ?
You can find me at our Hello Chaos podcast YouTube channel, or go to Orange Whip. That is orangewip.com.
Good.
WIP for work in progress. And you can find all of our stuff there. Absolutely.
Yeah. And, we're going to have a full slate of shows today. We have at noontime, Holy Shift Balls, which I am going to be under it trying to get everything ready for the shows. At noontime, Eastern Standard Time, Holy Shift Balls at 3 p.m. Eastern is Falls Count Anywhere. And then, of course, me and Kenny back tonight, 7 p.m. for the NBA show. You don't want to miss that one.
Don't forget to send me that image. I need to put
I will send it at some point today. It ain't going to be right away, though. So have a good day, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.
See you next week.